Okay, so this is Intro to WordPress. The first thing we're going to do is from the site, just scroll down to the bottom, and I put in a little link right down here called Admin. Admin will just go ahead and click on it. That'll take you to the login page. Once you get to the login page, you just go ahead and put in your username and password. You can say remember me if you want. Okay, and this is our dashboard. Our dashboard is basically the menu of all of our options for our site. If you look up here, home, updates, this is just, don't worry about this right now. Jetpack is something that comes with WordPress nowadays. Don't worry about that either. First area you see is post. This is where we can put posts for our blogs. You can view all posts. You can add a new. You can use categories and tags. Categories are really helpful for just putting them in categories, obviously. And tags are kind of like keywords you can put onto each individual post. And we'll come back and look at all these later. Media. Media is where we add pictures. If we want to do some videos, ignore the phone call. Pictures, videos, PDFs, Word docs, and that kind of stuff that you want to link to. You can view them all here on the library, or you can add new. Links, so if you want to add links to things, you can do that here. Pages, all of your pages, so your home page, your about page, all that kind of stuff is found right here. All pages, and you'll see a list of them, and add new page if you wanted to create a new page. Comments, so if you have a post and you're allowing people to comment on your post, you can manage them here. You can view them, delete them, approve them, that kind of stuff. Again, messages, we're not going to worry about those right now. Appearance. Appearance is where you change, if you wanted to change themes, have different themes, you would adjust those here. Widgets. Widgets are for your sidebar, when you want to change items on your sidebar, which is the right-hand side of your site. Your main page doesn't have a sidebar on it unless you wanted it to, but it's a full width page. But all your other pages, with the exception of portfolio type stuff, have it on your right-hand side. In the menus, this is where you can adjust menus, and your menus are your up. I'm going to wait for that phone to stop ringing. How about right now? Sales call. Google, again, calling if we want to advertise. Menus are on your drop-down menus up top, on your main page. You can make custom menus. Your sidebar, we'll come back up to site options, SEO settings, editor, you stay out of there. That's where you can cause problems. Site options. That is particular to your WordPress theme, which is called Karma, which is fitting for you. Karma is your WordPress theme, and that's where we click on there to change your theme color, your layout, that kind of stuff. Plugins. Plugins are all great little things, you know, so that you can use your MailChimp thing, which allows you to do your collect names for your mailing list. So you can show photos. A lot of different fun things are plugins. Users, you want to add a new user. You can see all users, so add new users. So if you wanted to add a user for somebody else to be able to go into the site and change things. Tools to import, export. We won't get into that too much, but every once in a while you want to export your site so you can back it up. These settings are general WordPress settings. But if you look at here, the Google Analytics and MailChimp setup, so the setup so that it knows to take anybody who signs up on your site and put their email into your mailing list, you change it there. Google Maps settings, so I have a Google Map on your contact page so they can find you. Those settings are there. And pricing tables, if you're selling stuff, we're not worried about that right now. So sometimes when you add plugins, it'll add a little, just like this Google Map, it'll add a little bar down here. On your main page here, you just see some customizing of sites and some other quick items you can look at. I'm not worried about it right now. Recent comments, if somebody commented, site stats as far as visitors, views, that kind of stuff. And so what I want to do before we start here, I want to just go to settings here and show you the settings of WordPress so you understand how WordPress works. First of all, settings general. If we go there, and sometimes WordPress is slow, sometimes it's fast, just depends on what's happening. So the site title, Balanced Brain, a state-of-the-art neurofeedback clinic in Studio City. That's your site is about. Don't change the WordPress address. Obviously, that can screw things up. If you wanted to change it from your email from info@thebalancedbrain to john@thebalancedbrain or whatever you wanted it to be, you could change it here. Anyone can register. If you wanted anyone to register, people signing up on your mailing list is different than people signing up on your site. Mailing list is obviously you use it for your newsletter, that kind of stuff. If somebody subscribes to your site, whenever you post a new posting, they're going to get emailed there, and you're simply going to email. They'll get an email whenever you do a new posting or change your site. Also, if you have anybody else adding articles to your site, if you wanted somebody else to post, you could have them sign in, and you can give them a level of ability. Here you can say a subscriber, which basically all they get is the opportunity to read, get noticed when you post something new. An admin would be someone like myself who can change sites. And then you have different levels of editors or authors or contributors. Some people can contribute to the site, and then some people are not allowed to edit. But some people can contribute, but they can't delete anything. For the most part, subscribers would be it. I'm not sure if you're going to be using that or not, because then you have two places for people to sign in. It just depends if you want people to be able to comment on your site. Everything else, you don't really need to change all that much. Your time zone here is set. Everything else is set pretty much for you. Writing. I would say you can go ahead and look through any of these things, unless you know it. Unless you understand it. Don't change anything in any of these areas here. If you decide to have on your blog page, for example, here it means your front page is going to your home, your posts are on John's blog page. The blog page shows at most 10 posts. That's usually a good number, but if you only wanted it to show the latest 5 posts, you could do it that way. If you wanted it to show 20 posts, you could just change that here. And if you did change that, once you were changed, you would just save changes. The other ones, again, the same things. You go ahead and look at them. If you wanted to look at media right here, it's just how you handle media. So when you get media, do you have thumbnails at a certain size? You can see it's moving pretty slow at the moment. That could be on my end, or it could be the WordPress. So your thumbnail size, do you want it to be 150 by 150 or 200, whatever? You can change it. Do not click on this, organize my uploads into month and year based folders. That just makes things difficult to back up. And so again, feel free to look at any of these things. I probably wouldn't change any of them without checking with me first. And that's it. Next, we'll be going into how to change your pages on your site. That's it.